Okay. So episode 5 review, bare bones review of Agatha All Along, and I have my notes, and I'll go over them for this episode. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, because what the actual fuck was that? I mean, like, so much happened. I mean, wow, I would give it a 10 out of 10. This has been, like, it, it really feels like everything's been leading up to this, and it's like, what the fuck? Okay, I'll get to that later, but okay. First of all, episode 10 out of 10, season, I'd give it a 9. I feel like they're heading somewhere which we did not expect. And it's been crazy because we haven't gotten Lilia's trial. We all thought it was going to be Lilia's, but it's not. Because Agatha is with. Okay, I don't know what's happening because Agatha is with Lilia for her trial, which means. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. What the actual. Dude. Oh my god. Okay. So the episode's name is Darkest Hour, Wake Thy Power. And so a lot of things. So obviously from last week's episode, they just finished the trial. Now they're on the road. However, the episode starts off with a crow, a snake, and a fox coming in through some sort of dimension or opening, they explain later on, to the Witch's Road. And that turns out to be the Salem 7. We've only seen 4 of the 7. There's an owl one too. And I thought that there were like the animal companions, but no, it's actually them shapeshifting as animals. So that means in the first 2 episodes, when we see the crow on the sun when they're seeing Lilia, it's actually the Salem 7. So I'm interested. Whoever wants to go back and watch WandaVision or has seen WandaVision, if you can catch any of the Salem 7 in that, because I think that would be interesting if there was like the chorality that I don't know, it could be, but that was insane. So then they get attacked by the Salem 7 while they're on the road, and they're like, oh my god, we need to do something. Guess what? Broomstick, not a broomstick. I tried to, like, broomstick. They, like, dead ass pick up a broomstick and they're like, do some magic shit. Anywho, they're trying to go, and one of them attacks Teen and Alice. We'll get there. She picks it up and goes, bop! And, like, whacks a bitch in the head. That was funny. And then Agatha's like, okay, well, yeah. And then she's like, Mercy's overrated. I should have killed her when I had the chance back in the 70s. Under that's irrelevant to the story. I mean, kind of, but not really. But essentially, the Salem 7 are the grandkids of the people that she killed, her original coven, when she absorbed everyone's power and became Agatha. So that's that. And so they take it, they fly around, they like fly in the sky. It's this really cool sequence where they're flying in the sky. They're on their like broomsticks. They're rotating. It's fun. It's good. It's kind of it's like a throwback to like Hocus Pocus or like any other witch movies from the 90s, which was fun. And Lilia was like, I haven't done this in centuries. And she also goes on her whole ass tangent of like, this isn't what witches should be doing. This is stereotypical, but that's quintessential Lilia at this point. But then Rio does the evil laugh, which she always does. There's so many things. Okay, so they get tracked to another. They see a house. So the road essentially forces them to go back down to the ground by flipping, the road upside down, like not upside down, but like that. And so the road does that, and oh my god, sorry. And so then they come face to face with another witch, Salem 7 witch. And they crash through her. They get to the next house, and it's an 80s theme, which looks oddly familiar like Stranger Things. So I don't know what the correlation is between that, but it's an 80s theme and it's Agatha's trial. So they're looking around, and there's an Ouija board. And one of the things, this was actually kind of funny, but one of the things, there are a bunch of instructions the Ouija board says. So it's like don't lift your hand off of it, don't do it alone, don't taunt the spirits, and they all just like stare at Agatha because she's most likely to do that shit, and she does, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, so there are a bunch of specific instructions. So they sit down, they start doing it, And I don't know why, but they keep saying Mother Maiden Crone each time they do it. But so if you don't know, Mother Maiden Crone is like the three stages of, like, I guess, womanhood that they would perceive in the olden days, which is kind of messed up. But it's like you're a maiden, you're like fertile, you're like a woman, you're like a girl, and then mother's like your mom, and then maiden's crone's like you're old, which is kind of messed up, but that is what it was. And so they say that, and then Agatha is scared, and she fakes like, "Oh my god, it misses heart," which is kind of fucked up, but it is what it was funny, but yeah, it was kind of screwed up. But then they start selling out death on the board, and then it starts like punish Agatha, and Agatha's mom's spirit straight up like consumes her and like possesses her, and she sort of like starts moving like when the Salem 7. And then they're like, "Oh, we like the Charles to punish her with the Punisher," and her mom's like, so while she's possessed, they're like, we have to punish her in that way. But somehow, when one of the lights turns back on, her mom is like as a ghostly form, like an astral projection, like Doctor Strange, and she's like, "Leave her here, complete the trial without her." And they're like, half of them are like yes, half of them are no. But what's interesting is they're having this back and forth, and then her mom possesses Agatha again. But before that, she says, "I should have killed you when you were out of my womb. You were born evil." And so she gets possessed again, but then Alice, R.I.P. Alice, she blasts Agatha, who can steal magic, blasts her. And then she starts draining her magic. But then her mom unpossesses her, but then she starts draining the magic. And they try to stop her, but it's too late. And it's just like, why would you do that? Why? Why? Like, it was told in the first episode not to blast her, but you're like, why? Like, how dumb? Like, especially after you just finish your trial. But here's the thing with Alice. I better go on a tangent, because what the actual fuck was that? But why would they have her trial, have her succeed, overcome just for her to die? That makes no sense. I don't know whether that's just stupid writing, or there's more to that scene that we just don't know yet, and they'll elaborate later. Also, Agatha's mom and Rio have beef. I don't know what it is, but Rio does not like her mom, and I think they will show that because there is a scene in the trailer where there's like a 90, like not 90s, like a ancient throwback, like not even 1900s, like 1800s or something era with Rio with the Green Hood as the Green Witch. So I think that will be something that they will play into, maybe for future episodes, in one of the future episodes. But clearly Agatha's mommy issues. Anywho, she like starts stealing her power, and then there's a voice, and Agatha's like, "I'm not doing this," even though I'm pretty sure she is. She's a bitch. So, see, I started to like her, but then, yeah, she was a bitch. I don't know. I really want to I don't know what's happening. There are a lot of things that are happening which I need to get to because the cool parts the last 5 minutes, and now we have to wait another week. But anywho, long story short, what happens is essentially is the Ouija board starts moving on its own, and so Teen runs to it and like puts his hands on it and like starts moving it around, and it starts saying out Nicholas Scratch, and that breaks Agatha out of her trance. She stops, but it's too late because Alice is dead. She's like skeletified. And then Agatha's like sad and she walks out. But what's interesting is Rio starts smirking. I don't know whether it means that Agatha was being controlled or Agatha doesn't have control. Whoever blasts her, she just steals her magic. Like, that's something out of her control. I don't know. That would be interesting. But, anyway, they leave the trial and Teen is pissed. Like, he's mad pissed at Agatha. And Agatha's like, I didn't do it on purpose. And the Lilia, Rio's not there. Rio's not out yet, which I don't know why. But Jen, the potions witch, and Lilia, the divination witch, walk on. They're like, yeah, death is a part. And they're like, they've accepted it so often. He's like, if this is what witchhood is, I don't want part of it. Then this scene is really interesting. So Agatha like starts smiling and smirking, all of a sudden like goes like this, and she's like, "You look so much like your mother." And she backs off and says, "You're here for the same reason. You want power." So she leaves. But what? Oh my god, this is so. So he starts doing shit with his hands. They go blue. Clearly, he's Wiccan. In some way, shape, or form, he's Wiccan, or somehow he's Wiccan or being controlled by someone. I don't know. He's Wiccan. T is Wiccan, and Agatha's like, "Come, pet," and she steals and she smirks because I think her first instinct is, "Let me steal his power." But then Alice, sorry, not Alice. Alice is dead. Lilia and Jen come over, and their eyes are going blue, and they start grabbing her. They like grab Agatha and like walking off. Teen is controlling them with his magic, which is something Wanda does. And then they throw her and she gets absorbed into the road, which is weird because I'm like, I don't think they're dead, obviously, but what the actual fuck was that? Like, she sinks in and then he throws them off the road. I think he's gonna finish this trial by himself. Actually, no. We'll get to that. But then he chucks them, and then it's revealed that he's put himself on a whatchamacallit. He's been playing an act. He's been morphing his experience, his appearance, because he has a crown that is so similar to Agatha's crown. So not Agatha, Wanda's crown. So similar to Wanda's crown, and I'm just like mom, like son. I think he's trying to revive her. I know there's a scene when they're all in like this jail cell, and like mental asylum thingy, and Agatha and Wiccan are like this with one another, like, oh my god. So I think they like cancel out their beef, whatever beef they have. But wow, that was intense. I don't want to wait a week, but I have to. We have to. But dude, that was intense. Holy shit. Yeah, I think this. I also have done a reaction video. I'm experimenting with that. Don't know how good it'll be, but I will keep you guys posted on that. I'll probably post that after like a couple of hours or like a day after on like Thursday. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Follow my socials. But what the actual fuck was that? That was crazy.